Did you know that in 2014, Mississippi spent almost $25,000 per inmate for an entire year? That's compared to what they spend on a student, which is anywhere between $8,000 and $10,000 a year. One thing that many prisoners have in common is lack of education and never receiving early childhood education. What's one of the other drawbacks from not getting early childhood education? Many students that do not start school early or attend preschool are more likely to drop out of high school, are more likely to end up in prison, and a high school dropout is more than 3 times as likely to end up in prison as a high school graduate. A high school dropout cost the state of Mississippi $260,000 in public funding during their lifetime. If every high school senior in 2006 had graduated from high school in Mississippi, it would have saved the state of Mississippi $121 million in saved in Medicaid costs. So what's a way that we can drastically reduce these numbers? Early childhood education. Let me show you a video.
What has a child done wrong that they have to repeat kindergarten or first grade? I mean, I would say our society, our families have failed the children. They haven't failed. We still have huge numbers of third graders who fail the third grade reading exam. By third grade, they're already behind.
They decide how many prison cells they need based on third and fifth grade math scores.
By the age of 5, somewhere between 85–90% of the brain is fully developed. And there is no going back.
The challenges are different now. Kindergarten doesn't look like it looked 10 or 12 years ago.
This is not the Ozzie and Harriet world of the 1950s.
I want for every one of these kids the same thing you want for your children.
It took me 6 months to be able to find good quality care that I was comfortable with.
I think we have a real issue in terms of both affordability and availability. Our children are our biggest asset. They could also be our biggest liability if we're not careful.
So what do we mean with early childhood education? It starts as early as the pregnant mother. We need nurses to visit high-risk pregnant mothers at home to teach them how to take care of themselves and their unborn child, and then to follow up with home visits after the child is born. When the child becomes a little older, we still need to teach the parents and the mothers how to tend to the children, how to play with the children, and show them the importance of reading to the children and how to speak to the children. This will prepare them for when they start school. And we need to get the 3 and 4-year-olds in preschool. We get them in preschool at that age, and they're less likely to drop out of high school, less likely to commit a violent crime, and more likely to graduate from a 4-year college. So the benefits, if we invest in early childhood education, we will have less people in prison, which only not save us money, but it makes for stronger families. For every dollar we would spend on early childhood education, the state would render $7 in benefits or more. So it's a great investment. If we get a more educated state with more college graduates, we will bring in more business, we will bring in more tax revenue for our state. So please speak up for the children and vote for politicians that advocates early childhood education.